Guess what, guys? I found the other gold sculptura. You can see where I am on the minimap, and rude! I don't know why I didn't see that coming, but no, you don't get to run away. You die now. That's the arse thing with Lon Lon Ranch at night. Infinitely spawning guys, geese. I've addressed the pronunciation issue already. Now, do we have all of... Now we do. That, you see that icon there? That means we've got all the gold sculpturas here. So, I shall now... Actually, if I just play the sun song, that'll just warp us back to the entrance, so... And it'll set to daytime, which isn't super-de-duper-de convenient now that I think about it, but I did realise between recording sessions, it's actually rather convenient that I decided to bankrupt myself just before, well, just after the third dungeon. And you might wonder, but Tess, you just set it to daytime, why are you setting it back to night? Well, the person who buys this mask runs around the field, runs on Hyrule Field. I believe, is that him there? That looks like him there. And he stops at night, I think. Either he gets to a certain place and stops, or he stops at night. Either way, it's this guy, the running man. You might recognise him as the postman from Majora's Mask, because this is his relatively more obscure role, ironically enough. I just had dinner, by the way. So, eventually he's gonna stop, and he'll want the bunny mask. So I'll just follow him around for a bit. And it's good to follow him around at night anyway. Okay, he'll get to here, and then he'll start stargazing. And there you go. Have the mask. It's 50 rupees, but he gives you, no matter what wallet you have, because there are 3 wallets. There's the child wallet, which can hold up to 99 rupees, the adult wallet, which can hold 200, and then there's the giant's wallet, which we've not got yet, that can hold 500 rupees. No matter what wallet you have, he will max it out. So, anyway, it's better to follow him around at night, because he'll stick to the path and you have a mask. If you wear a mask, then the Stell Children won't come out. If you stick to the path, the Stell Children won't come out. But if you follow him around during the day, then his running route takes him past a load of pea-hats, and they are... You know, those pineapple things that I mentioned before. They are part of the reason why I do not have very fond memories of Hyrule Field. Not just from fighting them, but... I'm not even going to get into that story, because it would be a bit painful on my part to recount. Anyway, it's nighttime and the thing's closed. That shouldn't look too weird, but... Oh no, the sky is turning all dark and ominous. Could it potentially be that the brick will come back down after being thrown in episode 1? Oh my goodness, it's a cutscene. Who could ever see this coming? But yes, once you beat the 3rd dungeon, this will happen no matter what time of day. The weather around Hyrule Castle town will go all weird. And we'll finally find out why it is that the drawbridge was up all this time. Oh, and now it's suddenly raining as well, for plot convenience. Now, do you recognise this shot by any chance? This particular camera angle? Does this remind you of a certain video game's opening sequence? Is it this game by any chance? You should know what's going to happen next, then. And there's a horse. Run, Zelda, run like the wind. I don't know why people find that funny. Why is mispronouncing wind funny in that context? I don't care if you've only ever seen it written. It makes no sense unless you pronounce it wind. You fuckstick. Speaking of fucksticks, it's the Homeworld Gem! Ganondite? Ganondorfium. Poob the gem.
It's me.
Now this is kind of the payoff of what I was saying before about Zelda's short-sighted plan. Because what she was saying was, okay, yeah, we're heroes, we can go and do heroic stuff, because Link's gone and got the spiritual stones, and he's beaten all these bosses. And so, that's the mentality that, oh, well, Link's tough enough to get the spiritual stones, therefore he can stand up to Ganon. Not all bosses are created equal, unfortunately. So, Zelda, and Link, for going along with it, couldn't see past, okay, I have the power to beat one boss, therefore I can beat them all. Delusions of grandeur. The follies of childhood, unfortunately.
I'm gonna make your head burn.
And so, we can't stand up to Ganon just yet. How tragic.
Don't underestimate the things that I will do.
And so while he's waffling about whether or not we realids are who we're dealing with, do bear in mind, Zelda made some sort of gesture while she was riding away. Could that possibly mean that she threw something into the moat by any chance? That's exactly what she did. I've played this game before. Now, is it still night time? Because I would laugh so hard if the drawbridge just poops back closed again. I would have thought that this cutscene, because it can activate whenever, it would have a fixed time of day that would, like, it would shit you back out. Yeah, it would shit you back out at like 6 AM or something. Rather than the cutscene obeying what time of day it was when you went into it, it just spits you back out. The point is, it makes sure that it's not nighttime when you leave that cutscene, because it would just be so dumb to have the drawbridge open, poop out Zelda, poop out Ganon, and then close again, and you're just like, what? So, we've now got the Ocarina of Time. It's only been, 13 episodes, and we're just now getting the eponymous item. And we're having some sort of intense flashback, except it's to something that we've never actually experienced. That, by the way, is the Temple of Time. We'll see that shortly. Now, quite how you leave a message in an ocarina, I don't know, but then again, we have Saria's song. We can use our ocarina like a phone, so maybe it's not all that unreasonable. And so, we've got an ocarina and a new song to go with it. So prepare your butts for the most overused song in all of Master Quest. Not in Vanilla Ocarina of Time, mind you. Just Master Quest. You will be hearing this song a lot. And I mean a lot. I'm gonna keep a counter. And that's the first one right there. But yes, we've got the Song of Time. The intern's favourite song, apparently. And to be fair, I do think it sounds nice. It's definitely pleasant. But we have business to attend to. And I'm just thinking, there's other stuff that I want to do. I'm not sure what order do stuff. Also, it's quite convenient that it spits you back out in front of the drawbridge once you get the ocarina. Because otherwise you'd have to swim out of the moat and climb back up and it'd be all flavours of awkward. But note, by the way, that the ocarina is automatically equipped to down C, because that's where I had the previous ocarina equipped. And look, we had that emotional cutscene with Saria about, oh, this ocarina is my most precious possession, keep it with you always, and, you know, think of me. And, ooh, shiny new ocarina, throws out the old one without a second thought. Now, I think, according to the, the manga to tie in with this game, also, this lady has a heart piece for us, but we can only get it at night, so I suppose we might as well get this now while we're here, but first I'm going to get the spell that I keep talking about, that we are going to need eventually. Now, according to the manga, officially, well, it's not super canon to get this Gold Skull Shield, I believe I did. I didn't, apparently. Did I get it and not save? No, I can't have done. Did I just not get this, then? Well, I have this now. According to the official manga, which isn't technically canon, I think Link just keeps the ocarina, but doesn't equip it, which would make sense. But then, in Majora's Mask, at the start of the game, you have the ocarina stolen, and you don't have the fairy ocarina, so bit of a dick move there, Link. Now, you're expected to get this after doing the second dungeon, but I derped and forgot, so we're gonna get it now. And there we go. Bombs. Bombs? I believe that's from the CDI games, but I don't know, I've only ever heard it referred to inside. You've just heard a third-hand meme. Congratulations. Now, climb into the butthole and discover it is, as I said, a fairy fountain. Play them Zelda's Lullaby to prove that we are who we claim to be. And receive another item, which, in this game, and in Master Quest especially, it's useful. But it's useful in the vanilla version as well. And does it get annoying, the fact that I keep calling it the vanilla version? Because that is what it is, in all fairness. Still wondering, there is some other stuff I want to get done this episode. But I don't know the best order of do. So, you were supposed to get this sooner, but I'm getting it now because I am a strong independent Tess who don't need no man. What? But yes, another fairy who proclaims herself to be the Great Fairy of Magic. And she offers us a red spell, which comes in the form of a red spell. I'm surprised if you didn't see that coming, and it's related to Din, so why are you not the Great Fairy of Power? As I said, I get that these items consume magic, but they're also more closely tied to the goddesses, so I don't really get your nomenclature. Now, the way this works, you cast it, and it creates an expanding dome of fire around Link. It's just It's essentially a panic button. Now then... what order should I do this in, though? Might as well do everything we can in the castle town while we're here. So, here you go. Here's your money back. And what do we get for doing all this? Well, apart from him saying, oh yes, and congratulating us... Da, 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 da. The Mask of Truth. He gives us the Mask of Truth. This allows us to talk to gossip stones, which have... You may have noticed there are these stones with eyes in them that we've walked past, but not done anything with. If you strike them with your sword, they'll tell you the time. If you play them either the Sun Song or a song that we haven't got yet, they'll give you a fairy. If you blow them up with a bomb, also, there are more masks that appear in the shop that you don't need to tell to anyone, you can just wear them for shits and giggles. If you blow them up with a bomb, they turn into a rocket and fly into the sky, then explode. There's another item that you can get that turns them into a pancake and then they'll spring back out again. And if you use this mask and talk to them, they'll tell you secrets. Each gossip stone tells you a different random bit of trivia. Some are hints about how to do better in the game, or how to get a heart piece or whatever, and some are just random trivia. Like, there are ones outside the Temple of Time, which we haven't seen yet because we've not been up there. And there are others that... Yeah, what am I trying to say? Those ones tell you that there's a race of people that we've not met yet, but the race of people of whom Ganon is a member, or Ganondorf if you prefer, they sometimes come into the castle town looking for boyfriends. White dog, please follow me. Because the side quest I mentioned before... Oh my fuck dog. Well, don't fuck dog, but... I forget how you get them to follow you, because you don't appear to be following me. Are you following me now? Because I'm being chased around by this brown one. Well, I could show off another thing while we're here, anyway. I believe it's not too late for it. There we go. You can only do this now, after the third dungeon, but before going to the Temple of Time. There's a soldier back here. And word spread about Zelda's plan amongst the castle soldiers. And they now recognize that we were right. And he's telling us all this stuff. And a lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people don't know this is here, and so thus don't show it off. But it gives us a bit of background on what we saw with Zelda fleeing the castle. She wanted to give something to us, that was Ocarina of Time, we've got it, blah 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 blah. And then... Rather dark for a Zelda game, but he dies. That is tragic. I can't see into his mind with the Mask of Truth, unfortunately. That's not until the next game. Now, is it this? It is this one. We can go into this house, and... Is it? It's not this house. Wrong house. Fuck. Is it... this one? I believe it's this one? I mean, it's one of three. I have to get it right, actually. Yes, it is this one. Well, I don't know. They all look the same, and they can't make up their mind which one wants to follow me. They have to pick a certain white dog and bring it to her. And this is the bomb chew shop. I have no need for it. Well, which one's the right one, then? Because I could have sworn it was this one over... It wasn't even following me! The wrong white dog was following me. That's racist. Well, it's following me now. I could have sworn it was this white dog. Not to be confused with the annoying dog from Undertale. Although... I would say I'd be tempted to play Dog Song whilst doing this quest, but no. There we go, that's the right one. Some sort of reference about Little Richard, and we get another heart container. Well, we get a piece of heart, and that happens to be our fourth one by pure coincidence. Now I will meet you in Kokiri Forest, because that's my next destination. Deal with it. Okay, we're here. I believe I already got all of the gold skulltulas from the 3 dirt patches here, but we have magic beans now, so we might as well plant them. And there's other stuff we can get while we're here as well. But the first things first, plant the magic bean, and then I'll cut again, because there was more stuff I wanted to do in this episode, and there just isn't enough. There aren't enough hours in the day, sadly. Because I wanted to make more plot progress, but I'm just spending the episode faffing. I refuse to apologise. See you in a moment. Okay, Lost Woods. The thing in here, I should do that now, but I want to save it until I want it to be the last thing I do in this episode. So first of all, well, actually, before that, this thing here, now that we have the silver scale, we can dive down there, and that'll bring us out right next to Zora's Waterfall, where we just play the Zelda's Lullaby, and that'll let us into Zora's Domain. You know the place. Right, first of all, back at the forest stage, I'm just going to ignore you and plant a bean right next to you. It's just so surreal. This guy wants to kill me until I hit him in the face, at which point he'll stop wanting to kill me, want to sell me a thing, and throughout all this, he's completely leaving me alone while I plant a bean next to his face. Now, Mask of Truth, I believe, is the other one that's required here. To give you a thing. Yep, they're turning to this one for judgment. I believe their reasoning here is a bit odd. Can I help you? Speak to me. Yeah, that's kind of rude. I kind of skipped through that, but they upgrade... The moral of the story is, they upgrade your Deku Nut carrying capacity because they think you're that ugly that you need that saving grace. Maximum rude. On the plus side, we don't really have to come back here ever again, but I will do in a little while, because this, Lost Woods will become relevant again in the very near future. I forget which one it is. My notes say that it's this one right here, because there are these two near-identical rooms. This one is the one right next to the Sacred Forest Meadow, just through there is a Sacred Forest Meadow. And I believe it's this hole, because there's a boulder in the previous room as well that also has a hole underneath it. And, nope, it's this one. Down here, we get the other upgrade for Deku Nut carrying. Might as well get that while we're here. Now, I forget which Deku Scrub it is, so I'll just talk to them both. First of all, able to... Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We can hold all the nuts. We are unstoppable with our nut stroking capacity. And we don't need to... I pressed B! For fuck's sake, that's the second time now. I pressed B. B means no, you dildo. Right. 2 more things, and then I can end the episode. And I only slightly apologise for all the faff, because this was supposed to be the episode where we get into the second half of the game. And we just sort of haven't got into the second half of the game. But first of all, I'm going to head all the way back to the entrance of the forest. It's funny how I could do all this from memory. It surprises even me. But then again, it's not really that hard to remember. Especially considering it's a part of my childhood, of course I'm going to remember. Before I forget, oh, pardon my throat for a second there. Change back to the Hylian shield just in case. Because we don't really need to reflect any more things. And I don't like the prospect of having my shield, but it's a weird kind of paradox. I never use a Deku Shield because I want to be able to use it later. I keep it from burning by not using it. And so I'm never going to use it, apparently. You see what I'm trying to say? How my means of keeping it for continued use is just not use. It's like the NRFB mentality, the never removed from box thing. Now, I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to try. But this does mean that I'm not going to commentate because this is a memory game and it sucks balls. Okay, the first session is relatively easy. I forgot about this. You do it once, they give you a green rupee. You do it again, they give you a blue rupee, I think. Do it again, a red rupee possibly, and then the heart piece. I hate this. I don't think rhythm matters. I'm hoping it doesn't. But blue rupee. It gets progressively harder as well. Not having fun. But I have to keep doing it because I need the heart piece because this is a 100% run. This sucks. Did I do it? Is that it? Is that the last? Please let that be the last one. I don't trust it not to be, but please. Thank you! Good God, I hate that minigame. I hate it with a burning pornography. Well, now that that's done, I don't know if I'm going to speed that up or what, but that was a thing that happened. I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode we will make plot progress, I promise. Just... see you next time!